let's look at, a complete circle of resolution. Because if you're saying, the governor was not there when this happened in 2011. He was not there when this happened in 2006, and the times beyond. So let's put this beyond the state governor. Let's look at an entire case of a chronology of killings. How do you begin? What is the resolution? What beyond the governor? What do you think should be done immediately? Because the state of mayhem in the communities, even under 24-hour curfew, is life-threatening. What is your recommendation for a resolution?
You know what? My recommendation would not be popular. I am suggesting the Second Amendment, America's version of Second Amendment, whereby each and everybody will be allowed to bear arms. If we have our arms, if we are allowed to bear arms, people will rick-rack people, tic-tac people.
But an eye for an eye makes the whole world.
It's not about Second Amendment for you. If you have the right to bear arms, doesn't mean that you are going on an eye on eye. It's defense. If these people are aware that Goska people have arms and everybody is armed, nobody can just come and start shooting at you because it's going to be collateral damage. No solution to this problem other than the Second Amendment. Let everybody have the right to bear arms.
But will that not escalate the situation? Because proliferation of arms will lead, self-defense could be dangerous and could lead to proliferation of arms.
People also express the same fear, the one you are expressing now in America. But that solves the problem of armed bandits and unnecessary killings in America.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay, let's look at this clearly. We are not Americans, and we are not in the American culture. This is Africa, for that matter, West Africa, Nigeria, and we are peaceful, united, loving people, and that's what we try to preach here. Let's look at the issue of community dialogue, issues of religious, groups also intervene. We saw a group of, religious, headsmen visit the president a few days ago. On Christmas Day. What is the conversation with the traditional chiefs, the communities, and even the representatives of this constituency?
Is it a problem where there can't be any good dialogue or any sincere dialogue? These are killers that are unknown. None of them has been able to come out clearly and say, I am John, so I'm responsible for this killing. I'm the one dictating this killing. So how are you going to talk to? Only Nasser El-Rufai. He can bring them from Niger or Senegal or where he used to pay them. Only him. He has the power to bring them into Nigeria, provide visas for them, Kaduna State visas, because now Kaduna State is embarking on foreign policy. Provide visas for them because they can also encroach into immigration so that they can come in and talk to us. Otherwise, nobody knows them.
So you're
so only one person. The only solution to this problem, the alpha and omega of this problem, is Nasser El-Rufai. He knows them, and he has been interacting with them, so he can stop them.
Okay, when Nasser, the governor of Kaduna State, said he paid compensation to the herdsmen, it does appear that the herdsmen at some point came under attack by certain people, and so to keep the peace, he needed to compensate them. So is there an underlying story that the public is yet to understand? Because he is the chief security officer of Kaduna State, and he has all the intelligence reports on his table.
So now, why are we taking Nasru's word serious? The same man castigated Jonathan that whoever he treated, that whoever compensates or bribes killers, he's cultivating a country of killers. He said so. He was like, that tweet came as a result of his opposition to Jonathan's amnesty program. The same man today is doing exact opposite of what he was opposing. So I don't trust him. He is not capable. He is not capable. He can't solve this problem. And instead of him to come out and say, okay, this problem is beyond my capacity, how are we going to go over it? He's pretending, talking tough. Okay, look at 24 hours curfew and people will attack. So is he going to take responsibility of that? It's like sending two boxers into a ring and you tie one, his hands at the back, and tell him to fight.
What are the elders of Southern Kaduna doing in this regards to ensure that this issue is resolved? Because we need to understand what the underlying factor is that have led to the attack on Southern Kaduna villages. We still have not established what exactly is the reason for the attacks. Not that that will excuse the attacks or the killings that have happened so far, but perhaps will lead to a resolution of this crisis.
Well, the elders are trying on their part. You know, their own channels are behind the door channels. They are not open channels like ours. But as far as I still maintain my position that somebody knows them, he needs to bring them, and so that we can talk. If at all we need to talk, let Nasir import them so that we talk to them.
You know, we keep saying somebody knows them when
Yes.
come to the table. We have not really been able to establish the underlying factor for the attack. That is where, once we are able to identify that, perhaps the issue of finger pointing will be reduced, don't you think?
We have. It's about land grabbing. It's about the economy. It's about taking over our lands. Nothing more, nothing less. It has nothing to do with, yes, by foreigners or whosoever. It has nothing to do with 2011 post-election crisis. That crisis involved most of the states in the northeast and some of the northwest. So why is it Southern Kaduna that is the matter?